Hi everyone, welcome to Informatica support video. This is Harsha from Informatica GCS. In this video, I will be covering the bulk create in data marketplace. There are 4 parts of this video. This is part 3, in which we will be covering data asset, data element, and consumer access bulk create options in CDMP. So let's get started. Bulk create data asset. A data asset refers to any data that you want to make available in data marketplace. A data collection contains related data assets that are bundled together. Each data asset contains related data elements. We should ensure one of the following profiles in order to bulk create data asset: technical administrator or the data marketplace administrator. Now let us discuss the columns one by one. Please note, kindly refer the marketplace documentation in order to populate the reference ID values. It should be a unique value. Kindly refer the guidelines. Next, the name of data asset. It should indicate the data that it represents to help data users find meaningful data. Next, the description. It explains the nature of the data and the purpose for which it was created so that the users can decide whether it meets the business requirements or not. Next, the data source. It is the source system from which the actual data is supplied. Next, the description source. This is the source application from which the description of the data asset is taken. Next, the type. It is the value we enter here helps the data users to know what kind of data they can expect to set the correct expectation for data users, maintain consistency between the data source and type values. Next, the source path. This is the location of the data asset in the data source. To help the technical owners easily discover the data asset in the data source, enter the fully qualified path of the data asset. Next, the source path description. This is the description of the location in the data source where the data asset is stored. Enter additional information about the source path of the data asset. Next, technical data asset. This is the name of the data asset as it appears in the data source. Next, the URI. It is the resource or location where the data is stored or maintained. Enter the URI that is most helpful for data users to access the data. Next, the status. It is given by enabled or disabled. Next, linked data collections. Mention the data collection within which the data assets belong. Enter the data collection name exactly as it appears in the CDMP UI. Now let us discuss about bulk create data elements. A data element refers to the smallest unit of data. A data asset consists of several related data elements. Ensure one of the following profiles in order to bulk create data element: technical administrator or the data marketplace administrator. Now let us discuss about the columns of data element bulk import template. First, the reference ID. It should be a unique value. Next, the name of the data element as we want it to appear in data marketplace. To help data users understand the specific data contained within data asset. Next, the description. It is the description of the data element that will explain the meaning of the data element for data users who might not understand. Next, the data asset name. This is the name of the data asset to which we want to add the data element. It will help data users to know the data asset to which the data element is associated with. Next, the technical name. It is the name of the data element as it appears in the data source. Next, the technical type. This is the type of the data element as defined in the data source. Next, type. This value we enter here helps the data users to know what kind of data will be contained within the asset. Next, the URI. It is the resource or location where the data is stored or maintained. Last, the status, given by 2 values: enabled, disabled. This is the last topic: bulk create consumer access. A consumer access indicates a data user's access to a data collection along with other details such as the date and format of the delivery. We should have one of the following profiles in order to bulk create consumer access: technical administrator or the data marketplace administrator. So let us discuss the columns. First, the reference ID of the consumer access. Next, the status of consumer access in CDMP. It is given by three values: available, pending withdraw or withdrawn. Next, the data collection name. This is the name of the data collection for which the data owner granted the access to the data user. Enter the data collection name exactly as it appears in the CDMP UI. Next, the delivery target name. This is the name of the delivery template that was used to deliver the data collection. The delivery template was already created and assigned to the corresponding data collection. A delivery template typically contains the location, format, and the method of the data delivery. Enter the delivery template name exactly as it appears in the CDMP UI. Next, data user. This is the email address of the user who received the access to the data. Make sure that the user you specify is a valid user with correct asset permissions and feature privileges. Next, the date access granted. This is the date on which the data owner approved the data user's request for data collection. Enter the date in month, day, year format. Mention the date on which the technical owner delivered the data to the data user, not the date on which the consumer requested for access to the data. Next, usage context. This is the context within which the data users can use the data. Enter the usage context name exactly as it appears in CDMP UI. Next, the cost center. This is the cost center of the data user that ordered the data. Enter the cost center value exactly as it appears in CDMP UI. Kindly refer the creation of category and data collection in CDMP UI video for the demo of bulk create of objects in CDMP. Kindly refer the following documentation links for bulk create in CDMP. This marks the end of this video. In case of any queries regarding this video or any suggestions, feedback, kindly reach out to us using one of the following links. Thank you for watching this video.